clearly has worked on his game. He looks extremely poised. That's the first thing I wrote down when I took a peek at this West Forsyth offense. This is someone that has command of the offense. He's not going to make any mistakes in getting the team to the line and doing the little things. He's going to hand off here to, that is going to be Ryder Stewart making a few nice moves to get to the outside. Flags come in. But again, this is someone that is going to do the small things in football that people take for granted. He's going to get the call to the line of scrimmage in time to read the defense and make checks at the line of scrimmage. He's going to survey the field. He understands progressions. He's not going to take unnecessary risks. He's going to push the ball downfield when he has to. I've been really impressed with Stover tonight, and he's made a lot of these plays without targeting highly regarded tight end Oscar Delp, who is by all accounts one of the best players in America. Again, this West Forsyth team won region last year. This is a good test for Walton. They had a great game against Lowndes in Mercedes-Benz, were able to win on a walk-off touchdown in overtime. And last week against Pope, while the scoreboard doesn't reflect it, Walton won 34-7. Pope's an improving program. That's also a good test. So 3 really nice challenges for Walton to start the year this year. Oscar Delp's going to line up as a big slot here. Stover's going to look to the sideline. You have Jason Harris at the bottom of your screen. Number 5, Ashton Van Horn to the other side. Stover's going to step up in the pocket, throw downfield. Delp catches it and is in for the touchdown. That is Delp's second touchdown on the young season, and that's a nice play by Stover again. Offensive line is able to push him to the outside. He sees interior rush, steps up, is able to evade it, throws downfield. Delp readjusts to the pass, makes a great catch. And that's 22-20 Walton in the blink of an eye. They were just up 22-7, but that's how quickly these things can go. Capitalize on mistakes.
Number 88, Petraglia in the game.
Petraglia is on for the kick. It is up and good. Never mind. It is wide left. So it's 22-20 now. Walton, clearly 2 high-powered offenses going to work here tonight.
I think when looking at this game and looking towards the end of the first half and into the second half, the team that's able to dig deep on defense and get stops and force the other team to punt will be the team that's able to hang in there and win this game.
And a really interesting thing about this is, in these defensive games, defensive coordinator Tim Ewing told me a couple years ago, you're always looking to hold your matchup between 17 and 24 points. It looks like both teams are on pace to score more than that. So what does that mean? Where do you go from that when you're having a little bit of a rough defensive game against, again, one of the better teams? This isn't some fluke. West Forsyth can really play. We got to win the turnover margin. You got to force a couple big plays. Walton already got the turnover off the screen. West Forsyth blocked a punt. Both of those drives led to touchdowns. It's about capitalizing off of the other players' mistakes and just making that one play that can break the game open, even if you haven't been as consistent as you want on one side of the ball. It's going to be Sutton Smith at the 1-yard line. He's going to take it up the field, cut inside, and is down at the 25-yard line. Had a flag come in there at the end. We'll get another look. And Walton's looking to rebound from the last drive. They tried a few things. They tried to dial up a few long passes. They had the missed play to Ross McNeil. But that's the type of creativity you can expect from this offense. Again, a great variation there. And if you haven't seen offensive coordinator Chris Hirschfield operate, get used to that. They're going to keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. Every play you see, they're building on it. They're saving it for later in the game. They want to show this West Forsyth defense multiple looks so that later they can come back into the game and exploit that.
Looking back at that last offensive drive for the Walton Raiders, although it looked like a pretty poor 3-and-out by the Raiders, you have to like to see the aggressiveness they were doing. They were throwing the ball down the field. They were trying to make plays, and that's what's going to really help this team propel them to a victory tonight.
Again, big plays, theme of this game so far, block punts, turnovers, 80-yard touchdowns. So, again, it appears that both sides have settled in now. We're not seeing as many chunk plays, though there still are a few. Teal goes in motion. He's in line with the formation. They're going to hand it off to Smith, who cuts outside. And again, you can see a lot of pre-snap motion tonight. Makes it easier on the quarterback to survey the defense. 2 touchdowns in this game so far for both sides have actually come off of pre-snap, motion. If you remember the Sutton Smith touchdown, he came in motion. Roseman got to see where the defense was headed, saw that it was man coverage, threw it outside, and really from there, man coverage, blocking, all Smith has to do is make one person miss. It's all downhill. Roseman is going to keep it and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's Brady Gillis on the tackle, was not fooled by the read option there.
That's just another example of the West Forsyth defense being able to jump off the offensive line, get into the backfield, and be able to make a play.
They've made consecutive second and long plays that have forced third down, which is very critical. You're trying to force the offense into passing situations so you can, again, drop back, try to make that passing down a little harder. You can't let teams routinely get into third and fours, third and threes, because they are going to win games like that. Roseman's going to get the call from the sideline. They're staring at 3rd and 12 from the 12. West Forsyth with 7 men in the box. They're going to bring pressure. Roseman looks down the field. He is going to be sacked at the 5-yard line. I think he saw Roseman kneel downfield, but was a little too covered for his liking, and now Walton's going to send out the punt unit and give it right back to West Forsyth. Ben Stoddard on the kick. And again, last time they were on, block punt led to that West Forsyth touchdown. Now we're here a few minutes later, and 22-20 Walton, but the momentum seems to have shifted. West Forsyth has done a lot of good over the last few minutes. Stoddard gets the kickoff cleanly, and it is a nice punt. It's going to take a bounce at the 45-yard line, and then Stewart is going to field it. He makes a few moves and is finally brought down at the 44-yard line. Really nice punt there by Stoddard from the back of his own end zone, essentially, making sure to get it into West Forsyth territory.
We've been talking about Walton's defensive line being able to generate pressure to stop the offense and be able to stuff plays in the backfield. That's exactly what West Forsyth did right there in that 3-and-out. They were able to generate pressure in the backfield and didn't even allow a single offensive play for positive yardage.
Really impressive there from West Forsyth. It appears that both sides have settled into this game early on in the season, and early on in games it's really easy to catch defenses lacking. They haven't settled into the game yet. It's easy to get them into matchups that you like, but now that both sides are settled in, we're going to see some quality football from here on out. Stover is again, he's in the pistol this time. He's got Strako to the behind him. Strako's going to get the handoff, run into a wall, and is dragged down. That's going to be both Pierce Hunley and Kaysen Jackson on the tackle. Cassine, check that. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 from the 47-yard line. Stover awaits the call. We have Jason Harris at the top of the screen and Ashton Van Horn at the bottom. He's going to send a tight end in motion. Stover's going to fake the ball, and he's going to throw it deep down the field. Oscar Delp catches it again. He breaks a tackle, gets down the field, and is brought down at the 10-yard line. Oscar Delp starting to come alive here in this second quarter.
One thing the Walton Raiders could not let happen is Oscar Delp to get locked in.
Found the boundary again downfield, working against that off coverage. Made a move to the inside, broke back out. Really nice throw by Stover to put it on his numbers. And from there, Delp was really dangerous after the catch. You can see he's broken tackles on essentially all of his catches tonight. West Forsyth going to hand the ball off here to Strako. Strako is met in the hole by number 6, Kay Thompson. And West Forsyth has really developed a reputation for making really nice tight ends. Most of their tight end prospects do go on to play in college. Last year they had a senior, Drew Southern. He was a tight end and defensive back for this team. Walked on at the University of Georgia. Delp, I think everyone can see, is a really, really special player. And they also have a number of players on roster that are going in that tight end room that they believe in. Cooper Johnson, number 82, is committed to Charleston Southern. He is also a senior. So they have multiple tight ends that they like. They line up in 21 personnel, or 12 personnel rather, a lot. 1 running back, 2 tight ends. And it really is advantageous for Stover. He's going to hand off here. Strako follows his blocks and is taken down at the 9-yard line.
Every time Strako puts the ball on the ground and runs it from the backfield, you can tell it looks like it takes at least one tackler to get him down. He's been very impressive in his ability to shed tackles and keep the plays alive.
Broke multiple tackles on both of his runs, is really patient and finds the holes in the offensive line, letting it develop, letting his blockers find what's in front of him. It's going to be a timeout here. It's going to be a West Forsyth, or a Walton timeout rather. They only have one timeout left in the half. 15:23 to go here from Raider Valley. So again, 22-20, Walton. And a very impressive effort from both teams so far. These are two really good teams that are going to vie for state playoff berths this year. They've had recent program success, and every year is an important year, but you're always going to target a class that has a lot of talent and the classes after them to build up to one team. Both of these teams believe in their senior class, their group of 2022, and a lot of the work has cultivated in this year. These two teams are off two strong starts, and, you know, they could expect to see each other again at some point down the road. You don't want to make any predictions, of course, but they're solid football teams that have put up a fight with everyone they've been in a game with. West Forsyth put up a very strong fight against Cartersville, who's one of Georgia's best programs. And recently they've only fielded #1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they know how to develop talent down there, and West Forsyth put up a good battle. So Stover is back in the game along with the West Forsyth offense. Kind of lined up with one back in the game. Plays blown dead. And it is going to be a timeout. West Forsyth, it appears. So dueling timeouts here. Pivotal down, obviously. 2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line. Walton leads 22-20. If West Forsyth can punch it into the end zone for a touchdown, that feels like a play that could swing this game, Christian. The team that can score touchdowns, not field goals, in the red zone is usually at a massive advantage.
Absolutely, and with the 3rd down right here, this seems like a pretty imminent play to this drive. Being able to get a stop right here and force a field goal would be huge for a team that's been reeling over the past few offensive possessions.
Every drive that stopped so far, the offense has been put into a 2nd and medium situation. If you can recall, Walton on their drive had a 2nd and 5, overthrew a deep pass. Suddenly it's 3rd and 5, another incomplete pass. They're off the field. West Forsyth, 2nd and 10, run the ball, stopped, incomplete pass, punt the ball. 2nd down and medium is such a pivotal down because it can either yield you to massive success or put you in a tough situation on 3rd down. Stover's going to be all by himself in the backfield. 5 receivers in the pattern. He looks right. He's going to be hit as he throws, and it is tipped, but there's a flag on the play in the secondary. Stand by for the call. And that one looked to be short just a little bit because the pressure was right in Stover's face as he released the pass.
Finally, you see the defensive line able to generate some pressure, and they're able to force Stover to make a quick pass that looked like it was tipped off of the line of scrimmage, but that pass rushed. You like what you see there.
Walton only returns 4 starters on the defensive side of the ball this year, and they've been very impressive to this point. But in big games like this, it's going to take time to gel. It's nice to see that they are starting to come together as a unit. Again, pass rush found them there, but the penalty is going to be assessed to Walton that puts them 1st down at 4 inside the red zone. And again, 2nd down success continues to be a theme of this game for West Forsyth. 2nd down right there, penalty. Now they're 1st down inside the red zone with a goal-to-go opportunity to punch it in. Officials are going to hold up the play first. Seems to be a little bit of confusion with the marker. It's actually going to be a 3rd down and 1. Check that. Stover lines up in the I formation, going to hand it off to Strako. Strako cuts up field. Really nice cut there to get up. And he's going to be inside the 2-yard line. And he definitely got the 1st down there. Going to be 1st down and about a yard now for West Forsyth.
You have to love the cuts you've seen Strako be able to do. He's able to make 1 yard runs look like 3-4 yarders.
No cutting necessary on that play. Strako just dives right up the middle. Touchdown, West Forsyth. At one point, it was 22-7 Walton, and the West Forsyth offense has gone on a 19-0 run, pending the extra point, 20-0. And the story of this game has really just been how West Forsyth has maintained composure, like we talked about at the top of the broadcast, how Walton had showed composure all year. Well, this West Forsyth team has shown it tonight. It's easy when you find yourself in a 2-score early hole to let the game get away from you. That's how we find 34-7 scores. That's how you lose by 30 points, 40 points. Kick is good, 27-22. But they didn't let that happen. They battle right back in this game. And what's worth noting is Walton doesn't have their head down either. They continue to move on to the next play. Now they have an offensive series. It's time to put yourselves on top again. This is the first time West Forsyth has led in the ballgame. We'll see how Walton responds, trailing for the first time with 5:54 left to go in this first half of action.
Absolutely. You talk about West Forsyth being able to keep their head down, keep making plays, and erase the deficit they had, and even went on a 20-0 point run here. You're looking at Walton to do the same thing. They got to play within themselves, not do too much, and just trust the game they've been playing all season.
So we got Petroglia back deep. Got Sutton Smith and Hafner again back. It's going to kick it deep, and it is going to be, again, just short of the end zone. Hafner catches it, turns upfield at the 15-yard line. Going to break a tackle to the outside, but quickly is brought down by a host of Wolverine defenders. Now we're going to get to see Zach Roseman and this offense again. For what it's worth, the offensive line has played really, really well, in my opinion, to this point. And everything starts up front. They have a number of offensive linemen that they really like, one of them being senior lineman Kason Henry, South Carolina Gamecock commit, who I got to talk to before the game. And he spoke very highly of this group. He talked about the continuity that they built all offseason, the brotherhood that they have. And again, Casey Henry is a really composed individual. He's very well thought out. He answered my questions diligently. And as on first down here, they're going to hand it off. Or no, they're not. Rosman's going to keep it, drop down for a 5-yard loss. But he was talking to me about, again, how hard this offensive line has worked. They have 2 new starters on the line, but they've quickly gelled together. And they've been impressive so far here tonight.
I think when looking at this Walton roster, it's important to note that many of these players are very smart within football. Their football IQ is high off the charts and allows them to succeed and play together well.
Roseman's going to get the snap. He's going to look right, throw it downfield. Sutton Smith is going to catch it. Acrobatic catch by Sutton Smith. That is a great throw, but more importantly, a great catch. Sutton Smith tracks the ball in the air. He's going to readjust, and he's down on the field. There was a collision in the air, and they fell on each other. We will see what it is. That was a great, great play by Smith to leap up in the air, just showing off that athleticism, bringing it down to give Walton a first down. We hope he's okay being tended to by the medical staff. And he is going to come off the field, walking off under his own power, which is good. So Braylon Stokes is going to enter the ball game for Smith. 3 receivers in the game. Tight end Hunter Teal to the left of the formation in line. Rosen's going to get the snap, hand it off to Stokes, who's going to get outside, cut up field. 5-yard gain right there on first down. First down success is very important. Being able to set that tone, set yourselves up in favorable situations. Actually going to be a second down and 7, check that, in the 45. A little bit under 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game. The clock continues to run. Roseman's going to get this snap. He's going to hand it off again. Stokes is going to bounce it outside, cut back up. Really impressive running there from Stokes, who is actually the younger brother of a former Walton running back, K.D. Stokes, who had 13 touchdowns his senior season here 2 years ago, class of 2020. Stokes was a sophomore and saw starting action last year aside senior starting running back Kenny Jaha. He's now a part of the two-headed attack of him and Sutton Smith. And he's been very impressive to this point, both on and off the field. He's a part of the Walton Team Council. Going to send Teal in motion. Roseman's going to fake the handoff, get outside, throw it to Hunter Teal, who's going to break upfield, get close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot that, and it appears he's going to be just short. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1, the 49-yard line. Oh, it is going to be a first down. Check that. So Teal gets right to the line of scrimmage. Really nice play there. Kind of stuck the ball out, got it past the first down marker, and gives the Raiders a fresh set of downs, put them inside Wolverine territory. They're doing 3 receiver patterns again, 2 to the top of your screen. Nate Lyons and Mustafa Hefner putting Hunter Teal as the big slot, Russ McNeil to the bottom. Going to hand it off here to Braylon Stokes, who cuts upfield. Really nice burst of acceleration there. Nice push from the offensive line. Going to get close to the first down marker.
We were talking about the balance of plays earlier in the game. You see in the past few drives, Walton's offense is kind of stagnated. Here, after making a few big passes, getting a few yards, they're able to reestablish the run game and get positive yardage again.
Run game's always important to settle yourself down after going on a 20-0 run, West Forsyth that is. Roseman's going to keep it, get upfield, picks up a fresh set of downs, but Walton gives up 20 consecutive points, isn't able to score. So what are you going to do? You're going to control the game. How do you control the game? You run the ball. You establish dominance. You get push up front for your linemen. That's going to instill confidence in your team. You know, to know that you can move the ball at will, chunk plays down the field again and again. That's so big for an offense to get that confidence back.
Not only that, also allows the defense to stay on the sidelines, rest up, and get ready for the next possession.
Yep. We got Roseman here. First down and 10 from the 35. We are under 2 minutes to go in the first half of action here from Raider Valley. Roseman gets the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to look downfield. It's going to be a nice pass. Oh! Just undercut by the West Forsyth defender, intended for Ross McNeil, who broke behind the defense. It's going to bring a 2nd down and 10 for Walton. McNeil's gotten behind the defense. He's gotten a few opportunities tonight, Christian. This is someone who missed the first 2 games of the season, tending to an injury. He is committed to Rice University to play for the Owls in Texas. Great school, and they really missed him. He has a long physical presence, 6'4", 185 pounds. Really, really good at going up and getting those jump balls, but also worked on getting plays in space last year, he told me. Quarterback Roseman's going to keep it, and he's up the sideline, or up the middle, pardon. He's in for the touchdown, so right there, going to run a quarterback draw, put everyone out on the outside, and then from there, they're running man coverage. They're going to send the house, one-on-one blocking, offensive line holds up, and he gets to walk right up the middle. You'll see right here. One-on-one blocks. Offensive line does a great way paving the way. And Roseman, the rest is him 40 yards later. We talked about how they like to get him out of the pocket, like to get him on the move. And you can see why right there. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. He had 1 in Mercedes-Benz to clinch the game, or what it seemed to be clinching the game before a Lowndes comeback. So Walton is now on top, 29-27 in a high-scoring, entertaining first half. 1:34 left for West Forsyth to make something happen. They do have 2 timeouts left. We will get to see what Keegan Stover and this offense does next. Christian, with 1 drive left to go, presumably, how are you feeling about the Raiders' chances and what they've done so far?
Well, you have to be super impressed with the offense has been able to do. After having 3 consecutive great drives to start out the game and going up, scoring 22 points, they hit a brick wall and went 2 and out 2 straight times. They're able to bounce back and get a great touchdown there and they're able to stay within this game. You're super impressed by that.
You know, I sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but again, we've preached it all night. When bad plays happen, when bad series happen, it's about how you respond. Football is about how you respond to adversity. Both of these teams have done a great job so far. Sauter kicks it off. Whistles blow the play dead. There's going to be a flag at the 40-yard line. Stand by for the call.
seen a lot of kicks and extra points and field goals being called off before.
It looks like they're going to have to retry the kick. They are going to, it's an offsides call. So instead of kicking from the 40-yard line, Stoddard will tee it up from the 35-yard line. West Forsyth returners are going to move up about 4 yards. And this one is off cleanly. It's going to be at the about 8-yard line. West Forsyth is going to take it up past the 30-yard line, get into the open field. That is number 15, Jason Harris. Finds the open field. A flag comes in from the back. A lot of flags on these returns. Jason Harris's name is all across this
everywhere
game.
today.
He made a couple catches down the sideline to move this drive, and has really been a bright spot for this West Forsyth team. He's generated a few big plays when they needed it on third down. Had the big kickoff return there, but unfortunately for West Forsyth, it will not stand. They will be moving back because of a holding penalty. Looks like they're going to start at about the 15-yard line.
Although that play did get called back, you have to be super impressed by kicker Ben Stoddard's ability to get in front of the runner and stop him to prevent any big-time yardage or even a touchdown on that kickoff.
Last line of defense is the kicker.
Absolutely.
Usually not working out well, but Stoddard did a great job there again, managing to hold his ground, wait for other players to get there, bring him down, and prevented the touchdown. And it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines from their 15-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off. Strico finds the open field and is brought down about 6 yards. So really nice play from Strico. He's had a great first half so far. 2nd down and 1 now. Clock ticks, close to 1 minute left to go. West Forsyth gets to the line pretty quickly. Stover's going to look to the sideline. We are now inside 1 minute to go. Stover gets the ball. He's going to throw a quick screen to the outside. It's going to be Oscar Delp. Finds the open field. Brought down by Ashton Woods at the 36-yard line. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. And I believe West Forsyth called that. 1st and 10, 36-yard line.
Going back to that tackle by kicker Ben Stoddard, that's just a display of the willingness of this football team and the selflessness, the ability for them to play for each other and with each other and leave everything on the field. And that's what will drive great football teams to higher successes.
You see Harris gets past the defense, or the kick coverage rather. Stoddard's that last line of defense. But no one left him out to dry. They're immediately getting back into the play, trying to get back, bring him down, and that they did. And they were able to turn, again, this is all moot. We're talking about something that got called back. But, like, that could have been a touchdown. Theoretically, you know, maybe the ref doesn't see it. Maybe they don't call the holding penalty. That could have been a touchdown. They stop it at about the 49-yard line or so. If that had standed without the penalty, West Forsyth doesn't have a touchdown. They're not on the board, and Walton doesn't have to go into the 2-minute drill. So we're back out from the timeout. Stover's going to line up now. A lot of shotgun looks from West Forsyth tonight. Going to run a tighter formation with 2 receivers out wide. Stover is going to fake the handoff. He's going to look downfield, going to fire over the middle. Jason Harris, great catch.
Incredible.
Moves the sticks. It is going to be a 1st down on the Walton side, or close to Walton side of the field. 42 seconds left. Clock is going to stop in high school football with every 1st down, and when they get to the ball, it starts again. Stover is going to get his foot right. Immediately throws to that side, and Jason Harris again gets out of bounds, it appears, at the 45-yard line. 6-yard gain. He saves the timeout there for West Forsyth. If he had been tackled inbounds, they would have had to call it there. So smart play there. He's all over this game so far. Feels like he has 6 or 7 catches, all coming at key moments. So really good from Harris here in the 1st half. It's got Cade Thompson at the bottom of the screen on him here.
You would have thought Harris would have accumulated every single yard for this offense in the passing game, the amount of times you've heard his name tonight.
Yep. He's had a very, very good game. Looks to continue that here. Stover is going to be in the shotgun with Strako to the left of him. Stover's going to step up, and he is going to fire over the middle. Oscar Delp comes down with the catch. He is down at the 15-yard line. 18 seconds left. Again, that clock is going to stop. That's the second time that Delp has finished his route and readjusted the ball after Stover has broken the contain of the defense. He's going to spike the ball here, second down and 10, 14 seconds to go. But good job by Delp for identifying that while the route is over, the whistle has not been blown yet. That means that someone has the ball. He's looking for you downfield. You need to make yourself open. You need to make yourself a target. The first time he did it, he caught a touchdown in the back of the end zone to kind of get the momentum started for West Forsyth to put them only down 22-15. And now right there, he puts them up. Goal to go from the 15-yard line. They got 3 receivers in the game. Delp in line. Stover gets the snap. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket immediately. Look downfield, throw it. Oscar Delp broken up, and it is incomplete. Ashton Woods came over and almost came up with the acrobatic interception, but it falls to the turf. Second down and 10. 7 seconds left to go. Really nice play there by Marcus Allen, covering Delp in the end zone, breaking up that pass. Marcus Allen, one of the brighter spots on this defense, University of North Carolina to commit, picked the Tar Heels over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Auburn Tigers over the summer. They were really impressed with him. He did not allow a touchdown all of his junior season. And we're not going to be calling his name a lot tonight simply because they don't really throw to him. And when they do, you can see. He breaks up a pass in the end zone there. One of the better tight ends all across the country, yet alone in the state of Georgia. And second down and 10 for the West Forsyth Wolverines when we come back from the timeout.
Atlanta Oral and Facial Surgery and Dr. P.J. Saylor, CAC Specialty Insurance, The House Law Firm, Lincoln Capital Advisors, Valley Infinity, Northside Hospital, Lincoln Plus, Panacea Plumbing for all your plumbing solutions, and Walton and Lee Dentistry. The Walton.
All right, we're back out of the timeout break. This West Forsyth offense has gotten down the field to the 15-yard line in just a minute and 27 seconds. Only had to use one timeout in the process. Stover is lined up. He's going to throw it quickly, and it appears he mishandled the snap and had a miscommunication with Delp. And that's going to be out of bounds, 3 seconds left. And West Forsyth is going to send on their kicking unit. So they get all the way down the field, set up a field goal try for their offense. And Kevin Petroglia is on for the kick. It's going to be about a 32-yard field goal here. Got Ashton Van Horn as the holder. The kick is up, and the kick looks to be good. So at the half, West Forsyth leads Walton 30-29 in a high-scoring, action-packed first half. The Raiders are going to go make some halftime adjustments, as are we. We'll see you back at the start of the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the visiting West Forsyth band takes the field, we'd like to recognize the 2021 state championship Lady Raider tennis team. The Raiders won
18-0 last season on their way to state, eventually capturing the program's 21st championship. The team had multiple players named to the All-County team, the County Coach of the Year, and their Line 1 singles player was named Georgia State Player of the Year. Please continue with a big round of applause for your state champion Lady Raiders tennis team. Please recognize Mary Ashley Jacopo, Grace Keller, Alex Alterman, Catherine Dirker, Amala Arun, Mackenzie Pittman, Abigail Morgan, Anna Grimes, Natalie Kirka, Caroline Kirka, Olivia Lockritz, Tara Kudapa, Hayden Mulberry, and the head coach, the one and only Anthony Fody. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 State Championship Lady Raider tennis team.
The Pride of the West Band would like to thank our sponsors, Amicalola Propane, Andine Chevrolet, The Barker Lounge, Bliss Moss Spa, Brandywine Printing, G&H Woodworking, Custom Cabinets, Jason Taylor Moving and Storage, KB Enterprises, Rhythm Jets, RPM&W Grading, Stinger Storage, Young Chefs Academy, and Your Vacation Helper. Now entering the field, the Pride of the West Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Josh Tyree and John Herndon. Our color art director is Sharon Riles. Band staff includes Pat Gallagher, Austin Rideout, Josh Crosby, Jacinda Santos, and Hannah Bobo. The band captain is Grant Erie. The woodwind captain is Emma Robinson. The brass captain is Scott Rasher. The battery captain is Eva Jones. The front ensemble captain is Audrey Tucker. The color guard captain is Nia Porter. The band would like to thank the principal of West Forsyth High School, Mr. Carl Mercer, and the superintendent of Forsyth County Schools, Dr. Jeff Bearden, for their support of the arts in our community. The band will be performing their show entitled Leap of Faith. Drum major, Noah Dotson, Shelby White, and Betsy Sandoval Aguilar. Is the band ready? You may take the field for your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of the West Marching Band!
Every journey begins with a courageous first step.
Ladies and gentlemen, Principal Dr. Catherine Melanda, Band Directors John Palmer and Chris Johns, and the staff of Walton High School are proud to present for your halftime entertainment the 2021 Walton High School Marching Raider Band. This year, the Walton Raider Band presents Maria Correo as our featured dancer and drum majors Carly Walker, Justin Cohen, Caroline Funderburg, and Hunter Kreisman as they lead the band to perform The Haunting. Musical features include Grim Grinning Ghost by Buddy Baker, Sweeney Todd by Stephen Sondheim, Concertino for 4 Percussion and Wind Ensemble by David Gillingham, Show Yourself by David and Kristen Lopez, and Wine Dark Sea by John McKee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2021 Walton High School Marching Raider Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Walton High School Marching Raider Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just in. If you bought a 50-50 raffle ticket, you may want to pay attention to this announcement. Tonight's winner, get your tickets out, get your numbers ready. I'm only going to say this 15 times. Just kidding. Number 477657. 477657. Tonight's winner receives $370.50. The winner should please find the parent in front of the band holding the 50-50 sign to collect their prize, and don't forget to drop off the 10% commission to the press box. That was the joke part. Thanks again for playing and supporting your Walton Raider Marching Band. Congratulations to number 477657. You're the proud winner of $370.50.
All right, we are back here underway for the second half. West Forsyth leads Walton 30-29 after one half of play. We are about a minute 47 away from kicking off the second half. I'm Evan Kroll alongside my broadcast partner, Christian Dart. Christian, what did you see from Walton that you think can translate into the second half to help them mount a comeback, albeit small, to take down West Forsyth?
I think primarily it's just continuing the success they had on offense. They were able to keep things moving in a lot of possessions, and even after falling back after a few drives, they were able to bounce back and have a nice drive, get a touchdown, and get back within the lead. Although they did lose at the end of the half, they were still able to take back the lead, which shows a lot of character and ability of them to push forward into the second half.
Anyone who took the over on the point spread tonight has definitely profited. So the game started off with a long 80-yard touchdown by Sutton Smith, and it was really just big plays from there on out. Now, about halfway into the second quarter, something switched, and both teams decided to hunker down and do what all football teams love to do, and that's run the ball, insert their will at the point of attack. And both offenses started to struggle, again, midway through that second quarter, but then once they found their run games, they really found something that worked and sparked them. Walton started out with a 22-7 lead. Then West Forsyth goes on a 20-0 lead. And that run game was something that propelled Walton back into this football game. After a short 2-minute drill, West Forsyth down 29-27, kicked a chip shot field goal. And that's where we stand now, 30-29. We are just 15 seconds away from kicking off the second half. It's been an awesome game so far here in Raider Valley. Thank you all for tuning in on the Raider Vision broadcast. If you have anything to say, if you want us to interact with you guys, be sure to drop some comments in that live chat. We'll try to check as many as we can throughout the game and start interacting with you guys. Send it to, this is my little monetization bit, but just make sure to send this with and share this with as many people as you can to continue to try and get Christian here some airtime. And we're right here about to kick the second half off. And it should be West Forsyth ball to start. Ben Stoddard will kick off to the Wolverines. And we should be in for a fun second half. So Ben Stoddard is going to line it up. Ball is going to be placed at the 40-yard line.
Gotta love what you've seen from Ben today, kicking-wise. Been doing a great job.
He's got 2 touchbacks, has kicked a couple extra points. They had that botched extra point that actually turned into a 2-point conversion. Nate Lyons throwing it to tight end Hunter Teal. And Stoddard sends us off here. We start second half play. Kick's going to be fielded inside the 10. That's going to be Strako breaking outside, getting across the 25-yard line. And now we're going to get to see Keegan Stover and this West Forsyth offense. Stover really impressed me in the first half, Christian, with his ability to climb the pocket, stand in there, and make those difficult throws. As we established, one thing that he focused on from the transition between his sophomore and his junior year was just trusting himself more. He clearly has good command of this offense, but it's about trusting yourself to make those difficult plays that separate you from winning and losing.
Absolutely.
Stover's going to line up under shotgun here. He's got Streaker to the right of him. Or Strako. They're going to send Jason Harris in motion. He's had a big first half. They hand it off to Strako. Strako's going to find the outside. He's going to cut upfield across the 40-yard line. Breaks the tackle, gets up to the 50-yard line. So Strako starts the half off in a good way. That's just going to be an outside zone run to the left. So you're going to get all your tackles moving left. And it's Strako's job to find the hole, and ideally your linemen are pushing the defensive linemen up to that left side of the field. So they're going to go that way to the left. Strako's going to cut back inside to the right, finds the gap, breaks a tackle, finds his way up to the 46-yard line of Walton. They have Oscar Delp out wide here at the top of your screen. Will Jordan in coverage. Send Jason Harris in motion again. Server's going to get the snap. They're going to run another outside zone with Strako to that right side. He cuts back inside to the left, breaks a tackle, gets across the 30-yard line, and is inside the 25. Again, 2 plays to start the second half. Same thing. Outside zone stretches. Strako cuts them inside both times for big gainers. All of a sudden, West Forsyth's on the 25-yard line.
If there's a hole for Strako to find, it seems like tonight he's going to find it every single time.
He's really impressed me with his patient running, Christian. He's letting those blocks develop, and he's following those offensive linemen. When he sees a gap, he's going to stick his foot in the ground, accelerate through it, find the open field, and shed off first contact. That's the first evaluation point you have to check when you're saying, okay, can this guy really play for us in a high school offense? And he has bounced his way off first contact multiple times. So he's going to get the ball, he's going to hand it up, and this time he's going to have a little harder time finding space. That's a group effort by that Walton defensive line. That was a great play by Ryan Anderson to shed the block from the interior and stop Stroker in his tracks.
Ran into a brick wall right there. That's a great job by Walton's defense to be able to apply pressure at the line and stop the run before it develops.
Walton actually has senior running back Sutton Smith lined up at corner. They like to have their running backs be versatile. Braylon Stokes is also lined up at corner at various points throughout the year. So these guys are going to play both ways. Stover's going to hand it off. It's going to be a flea flicker. He's going to fire it deep. It's Jason Harris down the sideline. He dove in, could not come up with the catch. That was a great play call by that West Forsyth offense. Stover handed it off to Strako, who pitched it back, and Jason Harris got behind the defense. Fortunately for the Raiders, it was an incomplete pass.
For the Raiders, brings up a 3rd down and 12.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 here at the 27-yard line. 4 wide receivers in the pattern. Strako to the left of Stover. They're going to look to the sideline. Ashton Van Horn is the lone receiver to the bottom of your screen, being covered by Smith. Walton's going to show heavy pressure and bring it. They're going to throw it outside to Oscar Delp. Finds open space, sheds a tackle, lowers his head, and is inside the 10-yard line. Great play call there from West Forsyth. So Walton's going to bring their linebackers up the A gap and the C gap, showing heavy pressure, and they bring it. Quick screen pass to Oscar Delp, who's got one-on-one in the open field, and works his way inside the 10-yard line for the Wolverines.
Got to be impressed by the blocking you've seen on the outside for West Forsyth. Their receivers have been putting bodies on bodies, have been allowing Strako and company to get outside and move down the field. That's
the one thing about moving your offense horizontally. Not only does your offensive line have to block well, but so do your players on the perimeter. And then West Forsyth's done a great job of that so far. Stover is going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off to Strako. Strako bounces outside, cuts back inside. Helmets come off, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain. West Forsyth here, 2nd down and 6, goal to go. And Christian, as the windows get tighter, as the pockets collapse in the red zone, these downs become more important and more important. You can't settle for field goals down here in the red zone.
Absolutely. Especially when you get later into the game, you have to be looking to put the ball in the end zone because one score can change the whole momentum.
These are the type of drives that can change the game. Stover's going to look over to the sideline. 2 receivers in the pattern, 2 tight ends. Cooper Johnson and Oscar Delp are going to line up in line. Ashton Van Horn and Jason Harris in the game. They send Harris in motion. Comes across the formation. They're going to hand an outside zone to Strako again. He's going to get up the middle. Touchdown, Strako. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night. Puts the Wolverines on top, 36-29, pending the extra point. This could be a, well, it'd still be a 1-score lead. Check that, but it would put this touchdown and 2-point conversion away for Walton. So a really nice play design there. Strako's done a great job again, putting his foot in the ground, getting upfield, finding those holes, and he's got 3 touchdowns to show for it tonight. So pending the extra point here, it would be 37-29 West Forsyth. Kick is up, and the kick is right through the uprights, 37-29 West Forsyth. And we're going to get our first second half look at the offense for Walton. So far, Christian's pointed out a couple of times, they've had a very balanced approach. They've shown that they can run some plays on the boundary, they can find guys deep, they can run the ball in between the tackles, and they're going to need that offense here in the second half, trailing by 8 right now. One thing that's been really interesting so far to me is how Russell McNeil, returning from injury, has routinely gotten behind the defense. Both Jeremy Hiklinski and Zach Roseman have gone his way a number of times. We'll see if he can continue to keep that up. He's a really long, lanky receiver that has made a number of plays so far and has gotten behind the defense twice. Could have been hit for touchdowns, but both passes were just a little off target.
Absolutely. When Rossi gets in the back, gets behind the defenders, he's always a threat to corral something in and make a great play.
They're going to kick off there. It's going to be Mustafa Hefner, and it is caught.
The kick goes 1 yard deep in the end zone.
Into the end zone. A little confusion right there. He was very close to the 1 yard line, which would have been problematic, but it's going to be a touchback, and they're going to get the ball on the 20-yard line. So again, the Walton offense got out to that early start with a screen pass to Sutton Smith. Then they had a touchdown run by Sutton Smith. And really, in all facets of the game, have been able to find guys down the field that have made big plays.
Number 12.
You saw Sutton Smith go out at the end of the first half. You have to be glad to see him back out there.
Got Jeremy Hiklinski in shotgun this time. Sends Nate Lyon in motion. He's going to fake the jet motion, hand it off to Smith. Smith finds an open field and is across the 45-yard line. He eats up ground so quickly, so fast is the University of Memphis commits. He's got 12 offers to date, and the Walton coaching staff really likes him. He adds a whole other wrinkle to this offense. It's just one more player that you have to account for if you're the defense, and he leads them in touchdowns through the first 3 games of the season. They're going to hand the ball off to him here. Finds about 2 yards of space.
One thing that's impressive about Sutton is that he seems to move just as quickly horizontally as he does vertically, which allows him to find holes and break free for big yardage runs.
They like him also coming out of the backfield. They feel like, again, he can be a 3-down back for them. That's what they've been searching for the last few years. They haven't been able to quite find it. He is that 3-down back. A play that comes to mind from him in the past game was, again, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Raiders trail by 7. He runs a wheel route. Zach Roseman throws a beautiful pass over the top to tie the game, and that's just an illustration of what he can do. Jeremy Clinton's going to fake the handoff, get outside here, manage to get what he can, and set up a 3rd and manageable for the Raiders. Again, this offense likes to get horizontal as well as vertical, get outside the tackle box, and get their guys in space, see what they can do. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 from the 44-yard line for the Raiders.
That's what's so impressive about this Raider offense is their ability to utilize the whole field in their favor.
It's going to be Hiklinski under center this time. Gets the call from the sideline. Gets back out to the line. Going to hand it off to Smith, who grinds his way forward. 1 yard past the marker. First down, Raiders. Fresh set of downs, and Braylon Stokes is going to check into the game now.
Stop made by number 11, Raleigh Herbert.
So this offensive line has been such a bright spot for them at this point in the game. It feels like it's been the one consistent mark on this offense. They haven't taken any plays off, and they've really paved the way for some really big plays.
Exactly. You've seen them play very disciplined, very few penalties, if none, and they've been able to give both their quarterbacks and running backs opportunity to make plays.
One thing that stands out is how balanced they are in both pass protection and run blocking. There really isn't a hole in this line. Jeremy Clinton's going to fake the handoff here, chuck it downfield, and It is going to be off target. There did appear to be some contact at the top of the route, and Ross McNeil is going to draw the flag. It should be on the defender. Expecting a holding call here on that defender. He kind of grabbed his jersey as he was moving downfield, forced Rawson out of bounds, and never really gave him a chance to make a play on that ball. So great job by Jeremy for identifying the one-on-one obvious matchup. The defensive back was left with nothing to do except for grab hold of the jersey. And should be another first down for Walton.
I mean, with the receiver as tall and long as Rawson is, there's not much you can do on a one-on-one coverage like that. Very good job right there for Jeremy to find him and target him right there and draw a flag right there.
What a welcome back for Rawson McNeil. Again,
Absolutely.
missed two games at the beginning of the year due to injury, and he's been heavily involved since he got back in this game. He's a high academic kid that had offers from Harvard, Pennsylvania, Virginia Tech, and he's done a lot of good things tonight. Heklinski gets the ball, drops back. He's going to set up the screen here to Braylon Stokes. Stokes breaks the initial tackle, gets upfield. Nice job by Stokes there to focus on catching the ball, breaking the tackle, manages to get upfield and get what he can out of it.
Brady Gillis. The ball will be spotted on the 36-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play.
Really impressive student section tonight for Walton. This is one of the most crowded sections I've seen since my time here. A ton of people out. Good to see supporting their community. Play's going to be blown dead before the whistle. Teal came in motion. It's going to be a false start on Walton. They're going to move back 5 yards. 2nd and 9 now from the 41-yard line. But again, theme of this season has been how well that this community has come out to support this team. It's the first year since the coronavirus pandemic, and stadiums are back to full capacity. People are coming out. People want to see football, and that's evident tonight. There is not a single seat open in that student section. Awesome to see.
You know, the students were just thrilled to be able to get back out there and support their high school team, and that's evident by how packed that student section is.
Yeah. It's going to be a timeout before the snap. Walton's going to take some time to think this one over. It's going to be their first charge timeout of the half. So again, 37-29, West Forsyth is leading with 5:41 left in this third quarter. Really impressive game from both teams so far. These are two solid offenses and defenses that have really gotten a war tonight, and this is two well-coached football teams as well. I think that's very evident. After penalties, both of these teams are battling back, fighting through adversity, managing to take the bad plays out and replace them with good ones. I really could have asked for a better football game, Christian. This is really, really entertaining.
It's been great.
So they are going to be coming out of the timeout shortly. They're going to be facing a pivotal 2nd and 9, try to get better field position for that third down try. Hopefully, of course, they move the chains on this one. And I've really been impressed with the way that West Forsyth defense has been able to crowd the box without really allowing a ton of big plays. I mean, 29 points is 29 points. That's a good number of points for the first half. But they've made some plays down the field in one-on-one coverage that have it's been really eye-opening. So
yeah, absolutely.
They're going to line up here. They're going to have 2 high safeties. Walton's going to have 4 receivers in the pattern. Tight end Hunter Teal lines up as the big slot. Braylon Stokes to the left of quarterback Jeremy Heklinski. Corner backs off at the last second. Heklinski looks right, then left, going to throw it deep. He's got Nate Lyons open downfield. Lyons catches it and is down at the 1-yard line. Great play by Heklinski. So he sees the defense is into cover 2. Looks to his right, sees that, goes back to the shell, which is going to be right up the middle of that, finds Nate Lyons in stride, who sat down in the soft zone, managed to catch the ball in stride, get upfield to the 1-yard line, set them up goal to go. Klinski's going to now catch a low snap, hand it off to Stokes, who punches his way in for the touchdown. Raiders 35, West Forsyth 37. Oh, a little premature on my part. Oh, no, it's not. 35-7.
Great job right there by Jeremy to find Nate Lyons moving down the field. Got him a great pass. And then after that, you see the snap was a bit low there. Heklinski was able to stay with it, got the ball up, got him to his running back, and was able to punch it in for the touchdown. So great job right there.
Heklinski's a playmaker. He made several plays out of nothing last year down the stretch in big games. He actually got his lone career start as a freshman against West Forsyth, threw 3 touchdowns in that one. Has really natural arm angle, can make plays outside the pocket. They're very impressed with this young sophomore.
As they should be.
He's going to line up in shotgun, going to send Lyons in motion. Lyons is going to try the reverse, gives it to Hefner, going to throw it back. Heklinski is open, and he catches it. Great catch by Heklinski. Little bit of trickeration right there. And if you recall, that play, forward pass.
Yeah, it looks like on the first initial handoff, fortunately they laterally forward and made that second pass illegal.
Really nice look out there by Christian. I didn't even think about that. But if you'll see that play, again, another example of how tricky this offense can be. That play, which is infamously named the Philly Special from that Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles versus New England Patriots, when Eagles tight end Trey Burton threw a pass to Nick Foles on 4th down and goal to give them the touchdown. It has also been used in a few iterations. The Cleveland Browns used it against the New York Jets a few years ago on Monday Night Football for a 2-point conversion. So a lot of teams have adapted this play, and that's really fun to see. Lions made a great play to pitch the ball to Hefner while falling down, and unfortunately does not count. Still 37-35, West Forsyth.
Again, that's another one of those, I guess you would call them trick plays that Walton's ran that hasn't been successful, though you really like what they're doing. And honestly, they're only a few, maybe feet away from scoring that, so you got to like what you see with this play call and so forth.
Defensive coordinator Tim Ewing is going to gather this group ahead of the series. So far, both offenses have had very productive nights, but the defenses have shown in spots. There have been several one-on-one plays down the field where defensive backs have made plays, and these defenses are aggressive. They're going to capitalize off of mistakes. There was a blocked punt earlier in the game. They're going to sack your quarterback. They picked off, Walton picked off Keegan Stover on a screen pass, so they're going to force turnovers. So again, 37-35, West Forsyth. Ben Sauter's going to line it up and kick off.
Looking forward to this drive. I think the Walton defensive line needs to get a lot of pressure right here. You've seen in the plays where they've applied a lot of pressure and gotten Keegan Stover out of the pocket. You've seen a lot of mishaps. You saw that interception. You've seen a lot of he doesn't look comfortable with the defender on his back.
One of the most interesting things about this Walton pass rush is that they get pressure from the interior, which is the most valuable pressure that you can get. If anyone in here watches the NFL, there's a reason that the best defensive player, number 99, Aaron Donald, for the Rams, is an interior pass rusher. Quarterbacks can step up and evade edge pressure. If the defender is right there in your face, not a lot you can do about it. Not many quarterbacks are going to get outside the pocket and make crazy plays on every drive. West Forsyth's going to field that kick. It's Jason Harris, who's brought down short of the 25-yard line. Walton defense gets another opportunity now.
Saw Harris bobble that ball on the initial catch. He was able to stay with it and still got some positive yardage. Shows a lot of resilience from these West Forsyth offensive players, able to stay with these plays.
High degree of concentration there. One of the interesting wrinkles about this game is how many looks that West Forsyth has thrown at this. They've thrown 22 personnel, 21 personnel, 12 personnel at them. Receivers to the top and bottom of the screen. They've gone jumbo. They've really done a lot of things that have been impressive. They're going to send Cooper Johnson in motion, hand another outside stretch. This time it's going to be to number 2, Ryder Stewart, who's going to make a similar cut upfield, get the first down, and this West Forsyth offense is really making a living on those outside runs, letting the running backs get upfield, read their keys, find the first down, and move the sticks.
You saw there, number 2 Stewart actually ran into his own offensive lineman, was still able to stay with that play and get 7 more yards.
Getting a lot of push up front, and it's one thing to monitor as this game progresses. If you can control time of possession with your offensive line, then you can do a lot of good. They're only going to have 2 wide receivers out wide. They have 7 players on the line of scrimmage right now, including 2 tight ends. Flag out on the play. And the Wolverines have lived almost exclusively in 12 personnel tonight. 1 running back, 2 tight ends, as we discussed earlier. They have a number of talented tight ends in this program. The 2 jumping to mind being Oscar Delp and Cooper Johnson. both of whom are collegiate players that have made a big impact tonight.
Absolutely.
And tight end is such an expansive position that continues to grow and involve to grow and gain relevance in the game of football today. These tight ends nowadays are 6'4", 230, can run, block, play big slot, play end line, do a lot of good things that is really valuable to offenses. They're kind of tweeners that are in between. It's hard for the defensive backs to cover them because they're too big, hard for linebackers to cover them because they're too fast. So we're just going to get the handoff, hand out another outside stretch to Ryder Stewart, but this time the Raiders are all over it. Kay Thompson was the first one there. Braylon Stokes finished it off, and that's going to be a tackle for loss.
You see the West Forsyth's been bouncing out to the outside a lot, getting around that edge. Right there, the Raiders were able to meet them at that edge, stuff them, and get a tackle for loss right there. It's a great job.
People discussing in the comments, saying that the team that forces the first big turnover is going to be the one to win the game. And by the way this is progressing, I would have to agree right now. Walton has two deep safeties right now, Marcus Allen and Kay Thompson. A.J. Brown in the box. Stover gets the handoff, going to pitch that shovel out to Ryder Stewart. Loda Ugakwe out there, and Stewart found the edge and got a gain of 7, but that was really impressive by Loda Ugakwe. He's a really nice player, sophomore, class of 2024, and they really, really like him. At this point in the season, he's got 12 tackles, 3 for loss, and a sack and a half. He's made a big impact in only his second year of action.
Great job by Kate Thompson there to get the shoelaces there and get him down before he could get any further. It was a great job right there.
Yep. Thompson all over the field tonight making plays, both behind the line of scrimmage and down the field. Stover gets the low snap, throws to Delp. Delp is going to be tracked down by number 60, Ryan Anderson. Great play. That's the second time they've gone to Delp on that receiver screen. If you recall, the first time, Walton showed a lot of pressure, and Delp had the opportunity to make one-on-one plays and get inside the 10-yard line of the Raiders. This time, they back off a little bit, show a zone coverage look, and a host of Raiders is able to get there. Ryan Anderson being the one that finished the job off. And with that being third down, the Wolverines are forced to punt. So a great defensive stop there for Walton. And Sutton Smith is going to get a chance to return this one. The kick is away, and it is going to be down inside the 20-yard line at about the 15. So a nice punt and bounce there. Walton set up at their 15. 1:53 to go left in this third quarter. Walton 35, West Forsyth 37. All right, we got the Walton offense back on the field. Jeremy Hiklinski is going to start this drive. Hunter Teal, Mustafa Hefner, Nate Lyons, Ross McNeil are all the skilled players in the game. Sutton Smith to the left of Jeremy. They're going to send him in motion, throw a quick screen to him. He's going to find the open field. Good blocks on the outside, make a few moves. Drag down at the 28-yard line, rather. And if you recall, that was the very play that they scored the 80-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. They really like getting Smith horizontally in space, letting him make defenders miss. He's very shifty, and at the drop of a hat, can take a play the distance.
One thing that's been super impressive for Walton so far is their ability to transfer between two different quarterbacks so seamlessly. Like sometimes you wouldn't even know that they're at a totally different quarterback. Pretty impressive. Two
very talented quarterbacks, but again, the offense has to adapt to each one, and the way they're able to do it seamlessly is impressive. Send Smith in motion to the other side. They're going to fake the throw to him. Hiklinski's going to take off, slide down wisely after about a 1-yard pickup, and that speaks to how tight and together an offense is, how you can go from one quarterback to the other just so seamlessly. Really impressive from this group, whether it be the offensive line, the receivers, because things change when they come to the game. They throw different types of balls. They read the defenses differently. So really, really impressive job by the offense overall. And having two talented quarterbacks is awesome. Don't get me wrong, Klinsky and Roseman both do a lot of that work in making that translation so seamless. Hand off to Smith here. Going to be stopped for about no gain here. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long. 34 seconds left to play in the quarter. We'll see if Walton chooses to run another play here before the first quarter, before the 3rd quarter ends. They're going to stay in 11 personnel with 3 receivers. Teal will stay in the slot. Smith now goes behind Klinsky. Klinsky surveying the defense, and he will likely just let this run out to half, or to the 4th quarter rather. All right, put your 4s up. We have a fun one here in Raider Valley. When we come back, it's going to be 3rd and 7 at the 31 for Walton on a pivotal drive. It is Walton 35, West Forsyth 37.
Goes around late, 21 laps and 7 to 1842. So goes 7.
All right, we are back. Our broadcaster Mark Aston is reading out some scores now. Pope leads Lassiter 21-7. Little rivalry games to keep an eye on. Walton, of course, beat Pope 2 weeks ago, 34-7 for their 2nd victory on the year. And what was a really fun, really really energetic game. The whole community showed out, and it was a great representation of how much football means to East Cobb and how we can all, grow up together and see how interlocked this community is. So we're going to start the 4th quarter here. Klinsky on a 3rd and 7. In shotgun here. He's going to get the snap, look right, and he's going to fire right. It's going to be Nate Lyons right at the marker. We'll see what this spot is.
Nate Lyons on reception. Number 11, Raleigh Herbert.
And it's going to be a 4th down and 2. Walton's going to send the punt team on. Ben Sutter to kick it away. West Forsyth has Ryder Stewart deep.
Number 36, Stoddard, back in punt formation.
Stoddard is awaiting the snap. He gets it here, and the kick is off cleanly. It is going to be out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
Goes out around the 40.
So the Walton defense stopped West Forsyth last time up, and they will have to do it again here.
Look like the 43-yard line. Stand by.
Something really impressive with this Raider defense that I have noticed is how these linebackers take away the middle of the field. Playing linebacker is extremely hard because you're essentially reading keys. You really get to shine when you're in the run game making those plays. But in pass coverage, you're really not getting a ton of spotlight on you. It's really just playing team defense and taking away the middle of the field. And for the most part, West Forsyth had to move to the sidelines, move to the boundary because of how closed off the middle of the field has been.
Absolutely. You've hardly seen West Forsyth move and try to run that ball through those hashes.
Got Stover under center here. He's going to look to his left, can't find anything, steps up in the pocket. He's going to toss it to Oscar Dell, but it's picked off by Quinn Bannon. Great play there. Number 34, Quinn Bannon gets the pick. Turns Stover over.
Again, that was an impressive display of pressure right there. Defensive line was able to flush Stover out of the pocket, got him to make a bad pass in which the defense was able to capitalize and make a great play right there.
I believe it was Jalen Bethley with the pressure. Stover had to step up in the pocket. He got hit as he threw, found Delt breaking open, but Quinn Bannon broke under the route and picked it off. And we were just talking about how well these inside linebackers had played and how they had taken away the middle of the field. Well, Quinn Bannon, again, an inside linebacker that can play outside. They really like him, feel like he can move all around in both positions. And he made a great play there, taking away the middle of the field. Delp tried to redirect over the middle, but Quinn Bannon said, no, I'm taking it away from you. Walton gets the turnover they needed.
We've been talking about how pivotal that turnover can be. Hopefully Walton's offense is able to capitalize right here.
Walton has 7 points off turnovers to this point. The 7 being off that pick on the halfback screen, intercepted by Bethley. And Bethley is hurt. It appears that he's going to come off the field right now, but he's had a great game so far. Hope that's nothing serious. Hope he can recover because he had that interception, been getting a lot of pressure, and forced another turnover. So really good stuff from him.
You hear the student section chanting his name. Jalen's played a great game right now, tonight. Hopefully he can get back out there. Pivotal part of that defense.
We got Zach Roseman in at quarterback. Braylon Stokes to the left of him. Ross McNeil and press man up at the top. They're going to go 4 receivers here with Sutton Smith at the very bottom. They're going to hand it off to Stokes, who redirects, finds the outside, and is going to be brought down after about a gain of 1. They really like Smith. Again, they can move him all around this offense, whether it be in the slot, again, at his natural tailback position, or even out wide as a receiver. If you recall, early in the game, they sent him on that fade route on a 2nd and 14. He made a leaping catch and was able to come down and get the first down. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 8 here. 10 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game.
Would love to see Walton take a shot right here. Be aggressive.
They're going to get the ball. They're going to look left and now right. Roseman doesn't see anything he likes. He tries to get outside the pocket and is dropped for a loss. That is going to be number 7, Brady Gillis, for this West Forsyth defense. He's had another big game after a nice one against Carver. He drops Roseman and makes it a 3rd down at 17.
Number 1, Jay Hellstone, and number 7, Brady Gillis.
Jay Hellstone also in on the sack. It appears Walton is going to stick in that 4 wide receiver set. Mustafa Hefner is going to come across the formation, make it a 2-by-2.
3rd and long right here. It'll be interesting to see what the offense can draw up to try and move these chains.
On a similar 3rd down play earlier, they drew up a shot to Ross McNeil on a trick play. We'll see what they do. And looks like they were trying to set up the screen by Sutton Smith. But again, Jay Hellstone and Brady Gillis combined for the sack. It is 4th down and probably 24 to go. So Walton will have to punt it away. These defenses are really locked in, Christian. It took a while, but they finally put together some stops. Walton's going to have to punt it away again.
We saw both interior defensive lines able to just infiltrate into the backfield and wreak havoc on the quarterbacks.
So Stoddard is standing at about his 14-yard line. We are inside 9 minutes to go here. Stoddard gets the snap. He gets the kick off cleanly. This is going to be a very nice punt. Ryder Stewart makes the fair catch at the 32-yard line. Really nice punting display from Ben Stoddard tonight. Had a couple really nice ones, couple nice touchbacks on kickoffs, and they really needed that one right there. So we're going to get to see this Walton defense out again. They were unable to capitalize on the Quinn Bannon interception. So we'll see if they can try to do it again.
2 straight defensive stops, though, for the Raider defense is big. Haven't had any consecutive stops yet, and finding that in the 4th quarter is huge.
Andrew Hoffman, number 85, is going to come in at the top of your screen on the defensive line at edge to fill in for the injured Jalen Bethley. They're going to send Cooper Johnson in motion. Stover gets the handoff, sending an outside zone. Straight goes way. He breaks the tackle, gets upfield. He's going to find the open field. Inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Strako has found Paydirt again for his 4th score of the game. And he now puts West Forsyth on top, 43-35, extra point coming. great play design. They have kept going back to that outside zone all night, and it has worked out so well for them. Peyton Strako finds the open field, punches it into the end zone, his 4th touchdown of the day. And with this extra point, it could become a 2-score game in favor of the Wolverines.
Bradley in for the point after attempt.
Kick is up, and it splits the uprights.
I'm not sure what they put on Strako's jersey, but he seems to be slippery right now. Seems like every time he's putting the ball on the ground, he's getting 3-4 hands on him, and he's able to just evade, and move vertical down the field.
The junior running back has been very, very impressive tonight, as has his counterpart, sophomore Ryder Stewart. So now Walton gets the ball back in a 2-score game. We have an injured Raider down on the field. Did not quite see who that was, but they are receiving medical attention right now.
Let's go in from the concession stand. Pizza slices are $1. $1 for pizza slices. Walk, don't run. $1 slices. Good to see number 77.
Yeah, number 77, Will Fitzpatrick, being escorted off the field. Nice to see him come off under his own power. Hopefully that is just a minor injury. Fitzpatrick is a big part of this offensive line. So they will be without him at least for a couple plays on this opening drive.
Walton down by 9 right now. This is a very important drive for them. They still have plenty of time with 8:26 left on the clock, but if they want to get back in this game, they're going to have to capitalize now.
Kicker Kevin Petroglia lines up for the kick. Sutton Smith and Mustafa Hefner are waiting. And it's gut check time right now. 8:26 left in this contact. The kick is away. Mustafa Hefner gets it at the 7-yard line. Going to come out, find a few blocks, and a flag comes in. Hefner brought down at the 20-yard line. And this is what football is all about. You're facing adversity, down 9 points late in the fourth quarter, and there's still time to get into this. But Walton has to execute. They have to stick to what they want to do, and they have to make adjustments to what West Forsyth throws at them.
These players knew this game wouldn't be easy, and right now this is their time to prove that they're the team everyone thinks they are.
So we're going to get a look at this Walton offense, again trailing by 9 here, 8:19 left in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a penalty on Walton. So it'll be a first down on the 15-yard line.
It's important right now as they get down the stretch as these both offenses and defenses get tired. So be disciplined and limit the penalties because those can really kill drives.
Zach Roseman is in the game. They're going to have 4 receivers in the pattern. Ross McNeil, Mustafa Hefner, Nate Lyons, and Marcus Allen. Sutton Smith is to the left of Roseman. Referee going to move the ball back even further. Penalty will put the ball on the 11-yard line.
Check that. Well, we start on the 10.5 yard line.
3 receivers to the top of your screen. Roseman gets the snap. He's going to look downfield. Sutton Smith is open, and he almost comes down with it. That's a nice play by Roseman. If you recall, we referenced that wheel route earlier from Mercedes-Benz, where Smith got open up the seam, and Roseman laid it in there for a touchdown. That play was very reminiscent of that, although Sutton ran his route to the boundary. It's very similar. Again, they like to get Sutton Smith involved in a variety of different ways.
That's a beautiful pass right there by Roseman.
Yep, second down at 10. That's a good shot to take. Now you got to dial in, get some yardage on second down to set up a more manageable third down. Smith is going to move to the right of Roseman. Roseman gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Smith, who's going to get outside, then cut back inside, try to find what he can to make it 3rd and 8 now. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Raleigh Herbert on the stop. Check that. Zach Roseman.
Still got 4 receivers in the game. They've really stuck with this 4-receiver look throughout the night. They like playing in the bunch up at the top of your screen, and they have really liked Hunter Teal from what I've seen. He got some snaps in Mercedes-Benz, actually had a touchdown that was called back in that game. They really like him. He's only a sophomore. He's done a lot of good things so far. Roseman's going to look deep and is brought down on 3rd down. That is a big-time sack. And that is Jay Hellstone again around the edge. He is wreaking havoc in this 4th quarter. He now has 2.5 sacks on the night, really causing problems for this Walton offensive line. And with 7 minutes left, Walton has to punt back to West Forsyth. So Ryder Stewart awaits the kick deep.
Back deep at midfield.
Ben Sutter gets the snap, is going to kick it away. It's going to take a bounce at the 40-yard line in favor of Walton, and it's going to stop at the 50-yard line. So West Forsyth will start at midfield. Walton defense needs to dial up something to help this Raider offense that has sought out a few times in this 4th quarter. And after the energetic and exciting start to this game with a bunch of points, it's kind of refreshing to see these defenses settle in and make some good plays.
It's especially impressive considering how this game is now in the 4th quarter. Clearly both defenses are tired, so the ability for them to hunker down, get stops, it truly is impressive.
West Forsyth going more spread out on this possession. 3 receivers in the pattern, 2 tight ends in the game. Delp to the right of the formation, Cooper Johnson to the left. Stover gets the snap, hands off to Ryder Stewart. Check that. Going to bounce off a tackle, get about 5 yards, set up a second down and 5 for the Wolverines.
The stop made by number 8.
West Forsyth, to their credit, has turned the ball over twice tonight and has really responded well. After those drives, they put together 2 long touchdown drives, one being, of course, that Ryder Stewart touchdown, and then he also had another touchdown on a longer run earlier in the 2nd quarter after the pick on the screen. So really good job by West Forsyth to respond to turnovers. We're going to have Cooper Johnson line up just beyond the offensive line. 2 receivers to the left. They send Johnson in motion. Stover's going to pitch it out to Ryder Stewart. Ryder Stewart captures the edge, gets upfield, finds 1st down yardage, and is down at the 35-yard line. So they continue to grind that clock away with a variety of shovel passes, zone stretches, and really this offensive line is getting fantastic push. Can't say that enough.
Absolutely. They're moving the defense vertical. They're getting them down the field and allowing these running backs to have time to find these holes, allow themselves to be patient and break through.
The game's a lot easier when you dictate where the defense is going instead of letting the defense dictate where you are going. And West Forsyth, for the majority of the second half, has dictated where Walton is moving. 5:24 left in the game. 1st down and 10 for West Forsyth at the 35-yard line. Keegan Stover under center is going to hand it off again to Ryder Stewart, the impressive sophomore, who churns ahead for 5 more, picking up small chunk gains, continuing to grind this clock away.
Pierce
Huntley in on that tackle.
2nd down and 8.
5 minutes left in the contest. Again, West Forsyth in control of the game, 44-35. Just really run the ball and establish themselves as a very physical, very dominant team in the second half. Even though in the first half they were airing the ball out downfield and creating their yardage off of improvisation from Stover's legs. Stover gets the snap here, going to hand another outside stretch to Ryder Stewart, who again cuts upfield, finds 2 yards, and they really like, again, moving the defense to one side of the field, whether that be some rollouts that we've seen from Stover or these outside stretches. And they really utilize these in creative ways to dial up big plays. If you recall earlier in the game, Straco hit a first down carry to the left side of the field. Very next play, they run play action to the right side. Rolls Stover out. He finds Jason Harris downfield to make a play. So they're really throwing some nice wrinkles at this Walton defense, which is let them control the clock. Straco now in the game. West Forsyth is going to call their first timeout.
That sounded like about 12 whistles. Stand by.
And there are 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in this contest from Raider Valley. This is the home opener on the Raider Vision broadcast. I just want to take a second to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Christian, for delivering a great performance in the booth. This is his first time up here, and he far exceeded my expectations. Christian's a senior here at Walton, part of the Walton Sports Media Club, one of my very close personal friends. So I'm excited to have him up here. And we still got 4 more home games with us and potentially some home state playoff games if things break the right way. So really excited about having Christian on the call here. He's done a great job tonight. And again, thank all of you guys for making this possible by coming out and watching the stream tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm excited for the rest of the season.
So with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left, both offenses are going to take the field. Or both the offense and the defense are going to take the field, rather. Going to go with that same compact look that they've been going with all night. Keegan Stover's going to line up in the shotgun. Straco behind him.
Walton needs a big stop right here.
They're going to send Jason Harris in motion. Straco's going to cut upfield. Fine open field. Good night, Walton. Peyton Straco finds the end zone for his 5th time tonight. And that's 5 touchdowns. That's a lot, and maybe too much for Walton. 51-35, West Forsyth pending the extra point.
Yep, I suppose Straco's strung together a pretty solid game.
Solid game. I'd be interested to see the stats after the game. And credit to his offensive line. They have been blocking their tails off all game, creating those lanes. And to his credit, he's done a really good job of identifying his keys and finding the holes in that offensive line. So they are going to kick the extra point. Extra point is good, 52-35. West Forsyth, 3:28 left in the fourth quarter. So Walton is going to get the ball back this time. And they got to dial up something quick if they hope to stay in this game. It is still 2 possessions. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So not impossible, but they're going to have to start to get moving. If you will travel back with me in time to Mercedes-Benz 3 weeks ago, they took on Lowndes. They led Lowndes 28-14 with 1 minute and 46 left in the fourth quarter. Lowndes scored a touchdown, recovered an onside kick, scored a touchdown to force overtime. All within 1 minute and 38 seconds, no timeouts. So not only is it possible, the Raiders have seen it been done. So hopefully they can be on the better side of that this time and start putting some points on the board and get a defensive stop.
Absolutely. Still have 3 minutes and roughly 30 seconds left. So plenty of time to get a quick touchdown, get an onside kick, get the ball back. Plenty of time right here for the Walton Raiders to make some magic.
2 timeouts left for Walton, 2 for West Forsyth as well. The kick is away, and it is a good one. Hefner fields it at the 2-yard line, going to cut up field. going to find some room, and the lane closes up just before he can hit it. Brought that to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now takes the field with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game.
6-yard line. Shot made by number 28, Cade Wardle.
So we will see what Walton can dial up here. If there's anyone that can dial up some big plays, it's offensive coordinator Chris Hirschfield and this offense. We've already seen him do it a number of times today, and they've even lost some yards on the field. That's how many big play opportunities they've had. So we'll see what they can do here. Jeremy Heklinski in a quarterback. He is empty right now. 5 receivers in the field. Marcus Allen from top to bottom. We got Marcus Allen just off the Hefner, Nate Lyons, Ross McNeil, and Sutton Smith. So a talented group out there. Heklinski gets the snap, looks left, still looking left, rolling out. Gonna fire it downfield. Ross McNeil's behind the defense. He catches it in stride, holds on, inside the 20, and Ross McNeil is dragged down at the 15-yard line. Great throw by Heklinski, extending the play, finding McNeil downfield. McNeil's just gonna run a simple post. He's gonna go 20 yards downfield, make the cut. Heklinski finds him in stride, and that is a Raider first down to the 12-yard line.
If you're Walt looking back to get into this game, that was a crucial play right there.
That's about as good as it gets. They're going to stay in that 4-receiver set. Heklinski in the game with Smith to the right of him. He's going to fake the handoff, fire over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Marcus Allen. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Not the worst chance to take from Heklinski off the play action. Gonna throw it over there to Marcus Allen, who had boxed the defender out. Allen is committed to University of North Carolina as a defensive back, but has made some real strides as a receiver between his junior and his senior year. They put him out there a couple times during his junior year, and he made some strides there and has earned some playing time. They're gonna lob it up to him here in the end zone, and he can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. Good ball from Heklinski, but it's third down and 10 from the 13-yard line, and mathematically speaking, they need to punch this into the end zone here if they hope to stay in the game.
Number 27.
So you got 2 downs to play with here. I think that's key. You don't have to get it all in one. You can dial up something quick. Still got plenty of time. 2:47 left in the game.
Obviously in 4-down territory going forward in this game.
Yep, got to get 2 two-point conversions as well to make this a tie game. 51-35 West Forsyth in favor. Going to keep Allen isolated at the top of the screen. Heklinski gets the snap. He's going to look left. He is going to throw to the back corner of the end zone. Nate Lyon goes up and can't come down with it. Incomplete pass, 4th and 10. You're obviously going to have to go for it here. Good ball from Heklinski. Good adjustment by Lyon. Just couldn't bring it down. Tough play. And the Raiders could be the end if they don't get this here. Very pivotal down for Walton. They're going to send Lyons across the formation pre-snap, try to go to that 2-by-2 look.
Have had 3 great shots at the end zone right there. All looked pretty good at the start of the play. Hopefully you can get one to go right here.
They actually had a Sutton Smith touchdown earlier where they were 3-by-1, moved Lyons across the 2-by-2. Hopefully that result can repeat. Heklinski looks left, stays left, gonna fire left. McNeil's there in the end zone, and he cannot come up with it. Turnover on downs. West Forsyth takes over on the 13-yard line. Admirable effort by Heklinski to get the ball downfield. Took a few shots, good throws. They just couldn't come up with it. And West Forsyth looks to be in firm control of this game. They're going to stay in that 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the field. Of course, it's Oscar Delp and Cooper Johnson. Oscar Delp down to Georgia, Clemson, South Carolina, Michigan. Cooper Johnson, a Charleston Southern commit.
Great tight end committee.
Yeah. In the backfield for the Wolverines.
Keegan Stover lines up in the shotgun again. 2 receivers to the left. And guess what? It's outside stretch with Straco. He's going to find the open field. Gets a first down, forced out of bounds by Marcus Allen. And that clock is going to stop at 2:25. So good job by Allen to force him out of bounds, but the dominance on the ground continues. West Forsyth has had a great effort in the second half, just moving the line pretty much however they want. They can move on you horizontally. They can move on you vertically. And they got a great running back in Strako that reads his keys and finds the holes.
Absolutely incredible.
So 5 touchdowns for Strako is going to be the deciding factor more than likely. That's your stat of the day. Stover hands off. Strako's going to go up the middle this time. He's going to be patient, follow his blocks, churn out 3 yards, keep that clock moving.
Stop made by number 34.
It's going to be a injured Walton player on the field. I believe that's Quinn Bannon, who came up with the interception earlier in the game. So while the result is disheartening, this is still a great Raider team that has put up a really strong fight and is going to make some major noise in this region this year. They're 2-0, could fall to 2-1 with a loss here. And this is a talented team that's going to look to bounce back. They are off next week, and then they will be back in Raider Valley on September 24th. We will be in the booth covering that game, and they will be taking on
Roswell High School.
The Roswell Hornets. Walton and Roswell always have some great games. They had an overtime finish last year where Roswell narrowly won on a late touchdown. So make sure to tune in for that one. It is going to be a great game.
Going back to the original play, I know this is not the result that any Walton fan would have wanted, but great teams are able to take these losses, learn from them, and build on them. So if there's anything Walton can do, it's that take this loss, bounce back from the negatives of this game, but also look at the positives and build on them.
Yeah, you know, you're hardly ever going to go undefeated. Not many teams ever do that. And so part of football is taking your losses. They can't rest on their laurels. There was a positive buzz coming into this game regarding the Raiders at 2-0, and there still is a positive buzz. They put up a great fight against this West Forsyth team, and we're really just a few adjustments away from being in possession of this game down the stretch. You know, West Forsyth, their running game just took over, but the scoreboard does not reflect how close this game truly was.
Not only a few adjustments, but also just a few plays. You look back at that pass, A.J. Brown to Ross McNeil, a yard shorter on that pass, and you're looking at a touchdown that early. That sets the Raiders up big time. So although the game didn't necessarily fall the way you want it to be, football's not always going to be like that. It's all about keep chugging forward through the season.
They get the week off next week to try and regroup, figure out what went wrong here, try to take on Roswell. That's always going to be a tough game. I mean, Walton and Roswell, I can't stress that enough, how great that is. I would encourage you guys to, while we have a break in the action, make sure to share this with people and make sure to tune back in 2 weeks from now, September 24th against Roswell. The support is appreciated. Again, thanks to Christian for coming on. Looking forward to the rest of the season with him. And the offense and defense are going to take the field here for the final 132 of the game. Walton's got 2 timeouts. West Forsyth has 1. 2 receivers in the pattern, 2 tight ends as well. We're going to hand it off to Strako outside. Going to cut up field, 9 yards. Great job blocking by the offensive line. The clock is going to likely run inside of a minute here, barring a timeout by the Raiders.
Bring up a 3rd and 1. Number 50, Philip Eichelter, checking the game for the Raiders.
Clock is now inside of 1 minute to go. The West Forsyth Wolverines can put it away with a first down. And they're going to hand it off outside. Peyton Strako cuts up field, and that's going to be your ball game, folks. Peyton Strako puts the emphasis on a fantastic night for him. Well over 150 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns on the game, and that should be the last snap of the ball game West Forsyth's going to come out of Raider Valley with a 51-35 win. Thank you to everyone for tuning in and watching this Raider Vision broadcast. Thank you, Walton, for allowing us to come on here. Thanks, Christian, for being in the booth with me.
Thank you.
Thank you to our creative director and producer, Mr. Pete English. And as the Segates take away, we encourage you to come back next time for the September 24th matchup between the Roswell Hornets and the Walton Raiders here in Raider Valley. Until next time, I'm Evan Kroll alongside Christian Dart.
Be safe and have a great weekend.